Hello everyone and welcome back to some daily rapid action on leeches. Let's play a game, and as I've finished up with the Chorus Saga, the short saga consisting of some 8 videos I think that I've made on the tournament, some of the games that Magnus played in 2010. The next video on the channel will come as a suggestion from your comments on this video. So if you want to see any game in the world that is currently being played from the American Cup, from the Reykjavik Open, use hashtag suggestion and I will show it. So our opponent for this game, let's see who it is, opens with c4. Vostriko Vitalia, rated 2208, plays c4, and we're going to play c5. I've never actually done any work on the English, so I'm just going to play it like with a hyper accelerated dragon. And you know, just go for some nice development. Okay, so we have a pretty similar setup here for the moment. Yeah, we can even castle here. It's a super symmetrical position, and now probably d5 is still okay, but we're not gonna play it. We're just gonna capture, or maybe we won't. No, let's capture and see what our opponent can make of this. And now with yeah, okay, now if he actually plays e4, we kind of do get the sort of Marozzi setup against the dragon. And yeah, we have to figure out how to go about it. Now since he still hasn't played it, it's a very nuanced situation, and you can't really play d6 as the knight here is saying. So I might just even capture and be done with it. Yeah, let's just capture here. And I mean, yeah, it's not the best, but what are you gonna do? Okay, so he is not worried about the pin, and really there isn't all that much I can do about it. So we're gonna shift our knight over here, open up our bishop, and then claim some of the squares for our knight. Maybe even the e5 square. Depending on where he puts his queen. If I can play knight to e5 with an attack on the pawn on c4, okay, that's nice. So, is that nice? Yeah, that's nice. So I definitely want to block this pawn and prevent f4, as the pawn here is hanging. And this might give me enough time to play b6 and bishop to b7. If I can get b6 and bishop to b7 before he gets f4 in, then everything is perfectly fine. And I think I can, because even if f4, I still have knight g4 with an attack on the queen. So, okay, so this is how he defends it. Yeah, now the queen e2 sort of stops b6, because after f4, I don't really have a good reply. Huh, or maybe I do. Yeah, maybe I don't have to play b6 at all. Yeah, I can actually play bishop to e6. This looks nice. Yeah, and now b3 isn't all that impressive. Yeah, if you played b3, that would be pretty bad. And, okay, let's go rook c8. I don't know. We're playing some sort of a weird hyper-accelerated dragon setup with white having the light square bishop fianchettoed, so it's not really what it is, but like I said, I've never actually done any work on the English, so I have to rely on this. Okay, so obviously we could do some damage here. For some reason, he just gives up the rook. Probably he thought that he has no other choice. So we might snatch a pawn and grab a rook while we're at it. I don't think he has anything here. Or he's just gonna, what, knight captures on c4 and then move the rook. It's also possible. So we might be kind of forced to actually just go knight f3 check and take the rook. But I don't like this. Yeah, I think just capturing on c4 is the correct move here. Yeah, knight f3 check and taking the clean rook just doesn't feel right. All right, so what now if he goes here? Okay, so he goes for the e7 pawn. That's very interesting. Okay, so it's a classic Pretty classic stuff here. Yeah, giving up the dark square bishop would be very dangerous here, but as I do have control over f6, I can play f6 at any point. I think capturing here is just fine. And now, okay, so he doesn't want to take the bishop as well. He probably should have went after the bishop. I cannot just play bishop back to f6. And he has the bishop, but so do I. So do I, and I'm up a pawn. Okay, so he's not worried about anything here. Okay, so I'm up a pawn of the exchange. I don't think he has... I think there's zero fun for him to be had here. Yeah, I mean, let's just develop. This is not the best. We can even play f5 to prevent him from playing f5 if we need to. Yeah, we're gonna play it. Just limit his counterplay. And I don't think he has any counterplay. If we want, we can even make it about just winning the c4 pawn, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so he will of course continue to play. Nothing wrong with that. Huh. All right, so of course we all know we are completely winning here. The question is just how to win it. Maybe simplest would be queen e7 and go for the queen trade. Simply to remove any and all counterplay that he might have. We might even give back a pawn because we're up the exchange. Or do we just take and we don't care? Yeah, we'll just take and we don't care. Let's be greedy about it. Yeah, okay, of course he's gonna play that. Let's go queen e7 now. Yeah, he wants everything. Okay, so fine. Nothing wrong there. Yeah, maybe queen e3 was a move. We trade queens, but then he takes on f7 with check, and then he takes the rook, so not really. Yeah, I kind of lost interest in this game, but yeah, of course you should never do that. So I will try to play it to the best of my ability and just make this the cleanest possible conversion. And since my opponent is not resigning, of course he will try to avoid that. He will play king h1. Otherwise, I don't think that there's anything. But okay. Yeah. The worst thing you can do is, just think everything is winning and then you're just gonna lose terribly. So, okay, I don't want to be the person that gives a check for the sake of a check. So I'm just gonna put my queen here. Stop any counterplay he might have along this diagonal, and now we might even just play king g7 followed by rook h8. Okay. It's nice. Very nice. Huh. Yeah, he is annoying. That's definitely the case. Okay, so I actually have to play queen to e7 here. So he just snatched a free pawn. I'm not loving this. Yeah. Doesn't matter because it's still completely winning for me, but it's just a very, very sloppy play. Yeah, I've completely disregarded this b7 pawn. Yeah, that's a shame. But okay, let's make the best of this. He gave us the open b file. Probably later on, capturing this pawn isn't all that great. We're now gonna claim the Okay, so now he might even play queen f6 and say, okay, let's trade queens, and I get some annoying pressure against your pawn here. If he doesn't, yeah, he's being pretty weird here. But okay. Yeah, I mean, let's offer a trade here. We have nothing to worry about because, of course, if I cannot win this endgame, then I should not be playing chess. So I tried to maybe figure out if there's a cleaner way to do it. Now, if he trades, okay, we're just gonna play the endgame. If he doesn't trade, he wants to take the pawn. Yeah, not sure I wanna part with this pawn just yet, or maybe I do. No, I don't. The key pawn in my ideas. All right, I want to play f5, but yeah, okay. Let's just take all of the space from him. Probably gonna play queen here, but then we can just trade. And other than that, like queen here, I'm gonna block his queen further, and then go king g7. Yeah, well, okay. Props to Vostrikov Vitalia. You always have to be the most annoying player if your opponent wants to actually win a full point. So, you know, big congratulations on that. Yeah, a lot of people commenting on my previous video saying get this man a proper hoodie. I have several proper hoodies, but I thought that the biggest one would make for the best video, so that's why I use the big one now. Yeah. Yeah, you have so many options here how to play this with black. You can just go maybe some pawn grabbing. You can go for the idea that I've mentioned, maybe king g7 followed by rook h8. Uh, a lot of good options here. Maybe you can then even sacrifice an h2, bring the other rook with check if you control this diagonal. So many possible ways to win this. We'll see if our opponent can muddy the waters a little bit, and then we're gonna see what happens after when we analyze the game. All the silly mistakes that I've made. Okay, so he goes after the pawn, so I can't really play this because he will grab the pawn. I might be able to give it up, but no, let's play the end game. Okay, so he decided that there's really not much to try. He has to go for the end game. Now, rook to f6 with both of my rooks active will not work. So he can't really try that. Yeah, let's keep control of the third rank. The other rook is coming to beat you, and I think this game will be wrapped up fairly soon. Okay, the bishop here. What's the point? The point is, of course, to make the position weird, and then try and create something. So we probably okay. So he stops rook to c2. That might have been the idea. Again, I'm not don't want to be the guy that just grabs a pawn. So I might even play pawn to f5. Might even play pawn to f5. Yeah, and now if he goes back, all the way back, which is probably what he will do, then we have all sorts of options here, really. I'm thinking about king g7 and f4. King g7 just to guard this pawn, and f4 next in order to, well, if of course he takes, then just rook here wins the game. Probably there are easier ways to do it, as there always are. But yeah, he can't really. Yeah, but he can give a check, but it doesn't really do anything. I mean, yeah, let's go here. Now this is the threat of checkmate, so he has to go back. And we continue happily pushing pawns. That's the way we do it. Or we go in with the king, yeah. probably the most fun way to do it. No, I don't want to part with this pawn just yet. Okay, let's play king g5. Yeah, it's the worst possible position is the one that you can play like a million other ways, a million different ways. Yeah, I'm gonna give up the pawn and just go for g3. Okay, let's go g3. So he will probably not take, but he might also take. So we'll see what he does. All right. Yeah, this was I will do some work on the English. I feel like I'm betraying you guys, you know, always just playing hyper accelerated dragon moves against the English, and you guys are here to, you know, learn some chess. But yeah, okay, I will do it. No worries. Yeah, okay, let's just push f3 here. I will probably take. Yeah, I think now, unless I play something like rook to b1, you're not losing this position. Okay, so what can he play and what is he playing? Okay, so he plays something. It's nothing really. I mean, we can pretty much play whatever here. Okay. Not sure what that is. I think this is fine. Just trying to find the cleanest option. So of course the idea is just f2 check followed by rook check. That's my plan. Okay, so he stops that. Now we can probably do even some fancy stuff here. What's the... Okay, so I have a minute. I don't want to waste it looking for too much fancy stuff, but I think this will do, yeah. Okay. So he can sacrifice the rook now, but there's no check. So it's moments before checkmate. All right, Mr. Vostrikov Vitalia, time to throw in the towel, or what's the best chess expression for that? Time to put the pieces in the bag, or in the cupboard. But yeah, we'll see what we could have done better here. And I promise for next time I will be playing rapid chess, I will do some work on the English to at least know some proper ways of replying. It's yeah, it's a very childish to just play the hyper accelerated dragon against all the English lines. But I mean, it just works, so that's why I do it. Of course, a stronger opponent will know how to punish that. All right, so Mr. Vostrikov Italia resigns here as checkmate was very near. So anything just goes, just check king here, and this will be checkmate. And he could have maybe captured, but then after king captures, there's again nothing. Just rook here will be checkmate. Yeah, everything works. But yeah, let's quickly analyze the game and see what we did here. So 45 moves, pretty long game. He went for the English. I played the symmetrical setup. So yeah, everything perfectly fine here. And after d4, I said that, yeah, you could play d5, but I decided to capture. And, well, what do you know? I was sort of playing the main line. Captures. So this is called the symmetrical variation of the English. I attacked the knight. He played knight here, and I captured. Yeah, yeah, it's perfectly fine. Also possible queen to a5, which is again a pretty standard way of going about the hyper accelerated dragon. Queen captures, and I did play d6. Yeah. Okay, so he went for e4. I played knight back, attacked the queen. He moved the queen. I played, okay, so rook to b8 also one of the options, just getting the rook off of this. I played knight to e5. He moved the queen, obviously preparing f4. And I played bishop to e6. Yeah, I went for the greedy option. Also bishop to g4 is possible, kind of inviting f3 and then bringing the bishop to e6. Okay, so maybe a slight improvement here. He played knight d5 and I played rook to c8. Bishop, pawn to b6. Yeah, bishop to g5 right away seems to be the way to go. Yeah, he played b3 and now, yeah, here I was considering knight captures on c4 and knight to f3 check. And the engine does give knight captures on c4 to be the better option. But also bishop captures on d5 just first. But it's, you know, minus 0.5 and the other one is minus 0.3, so nothing really happening here. And there are still many games in the database with this exact same position, so a lot of people obviously playing this. Bishop captures on a1, he played bishop here, and I first captured the knight. Yeah, same thing really, capturing and then bishop f6 or the other way around. Bishop f6, and now I just have a solid advantage that I haven't really... Okay, I'm interested about the b-pawn capture. He attacked the pawn. The position is now completely winning for me. It's now a matter of choice how you go about it. Yeah, he goes after the pawn. I played queen here. Yeah, okay, he captures it. It's actually the best move, but even with that, it was a no contest. So let's just quickly check if I maybe messed up anywhere, but no, yeah, seems to be fine. Yeah, okay, now here. Now it's, again, a matter of personal preference, how you want to finish this game. Yeah, here he resigned in face of imminent checkmate. But yeah, good game, Mr. Vostrikov Italia. Like I said, I promise for next time I will be ready with some anti-English stuff, so be ready for that. As usual, you can check two of my previous videos here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you soon, continuing to check upon your wonderful suggestions and whatever else happens in the chess world. So thank you all, I will see you soon, and have an excellent rest of your day.